Thank you. Imam Mohammed.
Going back to the same idea of Trinity, you mentioned that Elohim has been, the word Elohim has been mentioned in the Bible. Then how can we specify it that it refers to only three God? Then it can mean, it can be meant 4, 5, 6, 7, or any number of gods. So how can you specify from the Torah, from the teachings of Old Testament, that yes, it only speaks about three gods, not more than three?
That's a very good question. Where do we get the number 3 and not 2 or 5 or that? There's only one book in the Bible that's written twice. That's Numbers. That's why we have Numbers and Deuteronomy. God is very serious and specific. All numbers have meanings. They have their interpretation. If you see 10, you know it's power. 7 is divine. 20 is vision. 50, jubilation. 60, rest. All of that. Now, why 3? And where do we get it from? There's something called the plural of majesty. Now, have you heard of this before? Okay. So when you were referring to certain things, now back then the rabbis, the Jewish, even before them, the Hebrews, before there was even any Jewish, in reading their texts, in speaking, when you mention Elohim, they already understood and had that encounter and revelation of the God in 3. Because at the beginning, it says that God created man in his image and likeness. He demonstrated it with the first man. If with the first man he did 2, he did 7, he did 21, that will be not just image, but that will be likeness. So when first man was created, when Adam was there, that is why Jesus, when he came, he didn't call himself by no other thing. He said that I am the last Adam, making reference to the first. So law of first mention and plural of majesty lead us to this place in Genesis. And when we go to Bereshit, we come to find out that spirit, he made it, chapter 1. Then body, he made it. Then he breathed that ruach, that his breath, into the man, and he became living. So spirit was there, but it wasn't enough. Then body came, 2, still wasn't enough. Then when soul entered, then he became living. So plural of majesty, that word Elohim, as I said, there's some people who don't want to say that is 3. There's some people who argue that is 3. So the scholars in Hebrew and that, they'll say that no, it doesn't mean gods, it just means the living God. No problem. So law of first mention says, if you go back to the place where it's first discussed, so if it means the living God, how do you become living? Spirit was there, body was there, he was still dead. But when he breathed into him, when the third came and became 3, then the Bible says he became living. So even the agnostics, those who don't want to say that no, it's not 3, it's not 3, that word living there lets you know it is 3. The number 3 in the spirit is for things coming together and being alive.